Good enough, we got him here. All you gotta do is hit me up on our different social media platforms. That's all at TidleRadio.com. And of course, yes, if you want to join the party, you can download the Tidle Radio official app. That's on your Google Play Store and your App Store. So yeah, no doubt, 16 minutes past the hour of 5 here in the studios of Tidle Radio. Of course, yes, I know you guys have been waiting for him, and he's here. Toniks, what up, man?
What's good, bro? So happy to be here.
Man, we've been waiting. I mean, for starters, before I even take you through like any sort of questions, I just want to say, like, the very first time, me personally, I got to meet you in person. I was way back, I think that was way back like in 2008 or 2009. And I met you. Yes, I met you when you just began your career, and this was in Angenois.
Yeah.
Yes, I met you.
And I remember with VJ Baby Love.
Yes, yes. So I was right there, and of course I was still a young kid as well. And then my sister was like, "Shit, nigga, you know who's up in the house?" I'm like, "No, who's that?" It's like, "Toniks, man." I'm like, "That's a nigga I'm seeing on TV right now, man. That's a nigga training in town." So yeah, and apart from that, I got a young sister who's madly in love with you. Like, I don't know if she's madly in love with you.
Shouts out to the sister.
Yeah, so basically she's tuned in right about now, and she's not in the country, so you can imagine how like she felt when she knew that you're gonna come to my show.
Wow.
And she was like, yes, I gotta see you guys like with the Toniks. So yeah, basically, Toniks. Speaking of which, from 2008, 2009, I want you to take me through like the evolution of you and your music. Like, how has it been for you? Like, how do you still take it to? Like, you still consider that to be like, I mean, what do you consider it to be? Like, to you, how's the journey to you?
I mean, of course, the industry has evolved quite a lot.
True.
And even when you listen to my music, you can tell the growth. And, and being an artist, to have longevity, you have to be versatile.
True.
You can't be stagnant. You know, that's why if you listen to my first jams, they were bangers.
Yeah.
But now, like the jams I release now are quite different because music evolves, creativity evolves.
True.
And so, the journey has been, it's like any journey, it's been a roller coaster, ups and downs.
True.
It's a learning process.
Yeah.
When we started out, we didn't have, management, record labels,
good equipment as well.
So it was just hustle, foot soldier mode.
True.
You know, so it's a bit different from like the artists that are just starting out now. Most of the artists have like management.
Like they're getting everything on a silver plate, man. Like for sure. So man. Speaking of which, COVID-19. Like, how has it been to you and you? Like, is it a G thing? Like, you managed to pass through? Like, because a lot of people ain't got, like, you guys are not having gigs for now. Like, you're not doing concerts, you know. So yeah, like, how's it been for you? Like, because before COVID, I saw you performing at the comedy store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm trying to think, like, after all that, like, do you manage to sell enough? I mean, so
I guess the best way to explain it is. Just imagine whoever you are out there, just imagine whether you have a job or a business you do.
True.
Just imagine if you couldn't earn your salary or do your business for 7 months.
I know.
That's the kind of situation we're in.
It's crazy, man.
And unfortunately, it's one of those things which we could not have foreseen. In that we had, personally, and I'm sure even a lot of other artists, cancelled contracts, cancelled gigs. And we are prepared. I remember I just wrote my video for Sikuleka at the time.
True.
So you can do promo activities. So it was really bad when you've just invested money. You know, we had tours, we're preparing, we put in a lot of money, and all that just goes to.
So like, does the government have to do anything about this? Like, is it doing anything? Like, giving to you guys?
Ideally they should, but you know, there's a lot going on, as you know.
True.
And of course, as artists, we're trying to also fight for us to be heard and considered. I was hearing the president the other day saying, "Yo, we ain't opening bars. People should drink from home." I'm like, "Yo, it's not about alcohol. You know, it's not about drinking. These are businesses that sustain people. You know, they are event organizers, they are DJs, they are waiters. Artists are so affected because that's one of the avenues we promote our music. We do gigs, we do." a lot of stuff to do with entertainment. So we can't do shows. So it's really a challenging time. But they say you get lemons, you make lemonade. I think it has also given us a hint of how important. And more further emphasize how important copyright is.
True.
Because as we've seen, a lot of industries out there are having record sales in albums, for dropping albums. Why? Because sales online are spiking.
Yeah.
You know, sales have spiked.
Yeah.
So when you're in an industry where copyright is not really organized and being followed, then we have a problem.
True.
So while others are ripping, we're just losing out.
Speaking of which, that brings me to my next question that I want to fire to you. Straight up, like a bunch of artists like that you started off with, the likes of the Michael Rolls, the likes of the Cute Kaes. Back in the days, those guys like where you and them were like, yes, boom, and these guys are nowhere to be seen. And Allan Toniks is still there, and this guy is like, boom, he's getting still awards. He's getting, I'm like, shit, how this guy do it? Like, So I'm trying to wonder, like, I'm wondering, like, how have you managed, like, from all that time? Like, I was actually looking at you, and I'm like, yo, if this guy's not older than me, like a year or two, I gotta be older than him. Understand? So I'm looking at all that hassle, and of recent, that's when me too, I've just come back to, like, to Kampala. So I'm looking at the hassle that you've managed to keep and the pace. So I'm wondering, like, how do you do that? Like, how have you managed to do all this and keep up to today, and people still listen to the good music, and you're still producing good music as well?
I think first of all, of course, the point I made of evolution. If you're an artist and you're not ready, willing, or able to evolve with the times, to think outside the box as far as creativity is concerned, then of course you'll get left behind. And then also dealing with, of course, a lot of artists have had over time issues with management and stuff like that. That also affects artists a lot. And we're always trying, to call out to people, because the industry is not made of just artists. So you want to
tell me you ain't got no money? Like you've managed to do this because you got a proper management?
No, I'm just stating the factors. There are various, there are various factors.
Yes.
And also the talent. Making a hit song, you can make a hit song by luck.
True.
You can make a couple of jams, but if
like Mikey Azigidi, that was a lucky song.
It was bad major banger.
It was everywhere. Shit.
I mean, even today, if he performs it, man, people will be turning up.
Definitely.
But to sustain it, you have to have a bottomless pit.
I know.
Of talent.
True.
And also, I guess there are other things. Humility. Humility is crucial, because along the way you meet people, you have to work with people. If you're not able to work with people, it's going to be hard. The people we used to deal with then, people have changed. They're not the same people still, so you have to be able to evolve with that. I think that's pretty much it. And of course, keep praying. Stay praying.
So, like, before I go back into the music, because a lot of people want to listen to your music. And by the way, Tidle Radio is actually I think it's the only radio station that is playing your new old school jams. Like I even have Itana, my guy. Like I have that song. Like I have all these songs. Like, I have all these jams in here. Understand? So when it comes to Tidle Radio here, we call them the new old school. Understand? So before we get to some of your other songs that people want to listen to, I want to know, like, yes, you talked about you back in the days of 2008, 2009, that's when you had started. But then now I want to know, because possibly that's what we know. Because after the song that came that came through, was it Bera Nange? That was 2008, right? So before that song, probably me, I would say that's when I started knowing who Allan Toniks is. So how long and how old is Allan Toniks in the music industry?
Well, I think before that song, I hadn't put out anything. First of all, I was in school. That song was a result of being handpicked by, I should say, talent scouts or something. I used to do like my production and songwriting like any other person who has a passion, but not professionally. And that was my first opportunity to go to like a proper recording studio with a proper producer. Shouts out AD, Good Enough Studios. He's now back in the UK. Shouts out to him. He really did a good job with that.
Big up yourself, brother.
So it was my first on all fronts. So you are right. It was the first thing. Maybe also it was lucky for me because I didn't even expect it.
And that song was like boom.
I didn't expect it.
Even right now, like it's still on my #1 playlist song.
It's
like,
a classic.
I feel like that's
the
song.
I go to shows and perform. I mean, my catalog now is really big.
Yes.
But it's still like performing, and it's like I released it, I don't know, yesterday. So I'm like, whoa. You know, you perform it and you even like, no, I want to do the new stuff, and they say, we love your new stuff, but we also want the other song. Okay.
All right, so I still got Allan Toniks here at exactly 26 minutes past the hour of 5. Let's get back into the music. I got Follow Me, Flex the Rapper, and of course featuring Allan Toniks on this one, and plenty of his songs, man. I got like, man, the endless songs of this guy. I got them here. So don't move from us, so keep it down the radio. Let's get back into the music, and of course I still got him. If you want anything you got on your mind to ask Allan Toniks, is here. That's why he's on the VIP seat. So hit us on our different social media platforms. That's so at Tidle Radio, and we'll be right back.